I wanted to start with, I believe, if you want to get some conspiracy in here a little bit, the Germans are the reason these shark attacks happened. You with me?
Quite a leap, but we'll get there. Go on.
All right, yeah, we will get. We're gonna absolutely get there.
Maybe he got a little too cozy with some of these birds.
Only explanation I have, in where a Fiat Uno could keep up with a Mercedes S280. Okay.
It's not that I wouldn't fight Mothman. I would beat the shit out of him.
We're seasoned.
So wait, you mean to tell me they have a festival commemorating the day a man got his shit rocked by an extraterrestrial carrot?
My neighbors across the street, they are not real.
But a pyramid is the most boring shape.
Part Sasquatch, part trickster midget.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Kitchen.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us in the Conspiracy Kitchen, where we attempt to find the secret ingredients behind life's daily mysteries. I just want to say Happy Shark Week. It's been a good Shark Week, hasn't it, Josh?
I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm your head chef, alien-loving, ghost-hunting host here, Joe, and I'm also accompanied by the cryptic killer himself, my sous chef, Josh.
Hi, kids.
Hey, and yeah, we enjoy sharks, right? We've been watching Shark Week since what? High school?
Before that.
Maybe even before that. It was a thing. Freaking Shark Week. We also wanted to mention that we enjoyed our time. We were guest chefs, celebrity chefs, over on the Grumbling Grumps podcast. We recorded Saturday, I guess Sunday morning for them. If you haven't heard that episode yet, you can head on over to the Grumbling Grunts on Spotify and give it a listen. Because, yeah, we did have a good time, and I thought it was a pretty good episode.
I had fun.
You had fun. We plan on doing it again. Probably bring him over here. But, yeah, since it's Shark Week, and we love Shark Week, I guess the special on the menu tonight will be shark. You ever have shark?
No, I've never had the pleasure. You see, I have goldfish money, not shark money, so I hear it's
Never
delicious.
had shark either. Is it I don't know. I never had it, so I couldn't tell you. I guess it all depends on how it's prepared too.
Yeah.
I suppose.
See, I've always been a fan of sharks. Like I've been to SeaWorld, so I like aquariums and watching them swim around and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the great white obviously has always been my favorite because of Jaws. That's easily one of my favorite movies. But,
Jaws movies. Well, we're going to talk about what kind of inspired the Jaws movies tonight, huh?
Yeah, it was in our neck of the woods.
Our neck. And I think, shout out to Steve Hammers, I think he brought this up a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago. He asked us if we knew about this these certain events, kind of wanted us to talk about it. So yeah, I guess we're going to bring it up now. We waited to Shark Week because we thought it was a good time for it. So I guess we'll start with what really inspired Jaws, and that'd be like the 1916 Jersey Shore shark attacks. Freaking changed everyone's perspective, basically, of what sharks really were.
And no one really thought about sharks as like a dangerous thing at the beach or otherwise, like up until this point.
Yeah, basically. And well, getting into 1916 to begin with, it was like a perfect storm, if you will, for people just flooding the beaches. 1916 was a huge heat wave through this time too, which also I guess could contribute more people going to the beach. And then from between July 1st and 12th, there was 5 shark attacks. 4 people were killed. 1 did survive. That person who did survive was a 14-year-old named Joseph Dunn from New York. So I wanted to start with, I believe, if you want to get some conspiracy in here a little bit, the Germans are the reason these shark attacks happened. You with me?
quite a leap, but we'll get there. Go on.
Yeah, we will get. We're gonna absolutely get there. So, what else was going on during this time, Josh? World War One? No.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been proven, it's a fact. German U-boats were in the Atlantic Ocean around this time, and we're talking about they were pretty close, like coming within 10 miles of Sandy Hook. They sunk many merchant ships in the area. That's what kind of drew us into the war, because they just said, fuck it. They started that open submarine warfare, if you will. They sunk some ships, and then they got scared. They're like, oh shit, we don't really want to drag the U.S. into it. So they stopped. But then we started supplying England more, so they said, fuck it, we're going to start back up again. So they were off the coast of New Jersey. Now, these U-boats are powered by diesel engines. This isn't no nuclear crap back then, obviously, in 1916. So these U-boats are diesel engines. Diesel engines, when they're running underwater, give off low-frequency vibrations. You with me so far?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So sharks have what they're a lateral line, right?
Mm.
It's a sensory system on their sides of their body. It's like little sacs with fluid and little hairs in them that detect frequencies, and they detect these frequencies between like 1 and 100 hertz, and they're supposed to be. They use this to see like fish in distress splashing around or something like that. Now, a diesel engine can turn out a frequency of about 60 hertz. So this is in their sensory range. They can sense that diesel vibration. So I believe the Germans kind of figured that out. Now, you got the U.S. and it kind of on the East Coast on a heat wave. They knew people would be going to these beaches to cool down. So they used their U-boats coming close to the shore to kind of push sharks and lure sharks in towards the shore, close enough to start hearing the splashing of children and people in the water on the shore. And then they would be lured in farther by that. So you had the first attack, I believe that was in Beach Haven.
Yeah, the first one was at Beach Haven. Yeah, right on the coast. That was July 1st.
That was the first one, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We had that one. They died, right? Yeah. Do you know the person's name?
That was Charles Epting Van Zant.
Okay. Yeah, and he was mauled, I guess, pretty bad.
Yeah, he went for a dip before having dinner with his family.
Yeah, so that sucks, I guess. So there's that one. Then we had the Spring Lake, right? Mm-hmm. The Spring Lake attack. Same, right there, kind of on the coast. And that was, I don't know, July 3rd or something? A couple days later. But kind of north of it. So you can picture these U-boats kind of guiding these sharks, if you will, up the coast. Mm. Then we get down to the last of it. And that would be the Matawan Creek ones. Now, the Matawan Creek attacks is, well, first of all, Matawan Creek is 11 miles inland from the Raritan Bay. So you got to go through, you go over Sandy Hook. You got to go fucking through the Raritan Bay, through this Matawan Creek. 11 miles. Now, this water, at this point, has a very low salinity. When it's low salinity, low salt. So that makes me believe there's bull sharks, because they can survive. They thrive in low salt conditions. Great whites, they don't really do well when there's low salt content in the water. So you got these bull sharks going up 11 miles inland. Never happened after this again. I think those U-boats kind of pushed them up this creek, and that's when they attacked these people in the water. It killed a 11-year-old Lester Stillwell and a 24-year-old Stanley Fisher. Those two were freaking done. Now you had Joseph Dunn coming down from New York on a day trip. He thought he would jump into this creek, and no one's going to expect sharks 11 miles inland in a creek. So there, he's in the water, right? And he gets mauled. His leg gets pretty badly mutilated, but he's rushed to a hospital, and he goes to New Brunswick, and he's It took him 59 days to recover, but he recovers, and he's fine. But this set off an absolute freaking chain reaction of people completely freaking out about sharks after this. And the reason Germany, because the German U-boat U-53 is documented to being off the coast of New Jersey during this time. It was spotted off Sandy Hook. It was spotted off Atlantic City in 1918. And the reason they would do this is they wanted to now try to. The U.S. is getting into the war. The U.S. economy is thriving. You want to try to kill off that kind of tourist economy on the edge of on the coast there, try to hurt their economy with that. Plus, you want to lower morale. Now these people are more worried about shark attacks than the war going on over there. They got polio going on at this time because apparently there's a big polio outbreak in 1916 in the summer, and then the heat wave. So now that you have all these things happening, Germany's trying to frickin' put their foot on the throat of the U.S. economy and kind of push them out of the war. I guess it didn't work, but that's my theory behind what these 1916 shark attacks came from. German U-boats, basically like herding dogs, right? Funneling these sharks to the beaches, through the canals, through the creeks, to attack people in New Jersey or on the coast to try to lower morale and hurt the economy.
Jesus Christ.
No, you follow me?
No, I do. I see exactly where you're coming from, and I have to agree because that's very solid. Because sharks weren't really in these waters before that.
No. And then they were not. No shark since then has been this far up into Matawan Creek.
No. And the reason because they didn't know at the time what kind of shark it was. So some people thought it would be a great white because there were some great white sightings off the coast. Yeah. But from what you're telling me with the salt and all that, it's definitely a bull shark because they can survive in that.
Yeah, they survive better in water that has a lot of fresh water dumping into it. They can thrive in those areas. I mean, obviously, they want to be in more open sea, but between the U-boats, like I was saying, this frequency with their lateral line picking it up, and there's a lot of overfishing in this time, too. So I think fish were scarce. It was like a lower population of fish out in the Atlantic Ocean. So between the Germans, U-boats running up and down with their vibrations from those diesel engines. Now we have, they have nuclear subs that they're basically virtually silent. But back then, and that, I think that kind of forced these sharks towards the coast and caused this huge it was basically a panic now after all these attacks. I mean, it made movies like you were talking about Jaws. Basically, it's the influence for Jaws. Yes. And now people actually switch their point of view, perception of sharks after this whole thing. And now they're, a household name for being a killer, like you were mentioned before. Like this now, sharks are, like this deadly freaking creature. Don't go in the water. You see a dorsal fin, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because from what they've studied, they say that sharks are more afraid of you than you are of them. If they attack you, it's just because they think you're like a fat seal. Which rude because I'm not as big of a seal. But then you see videos of people scuba diving and they're like, they think they're one with nature and they're swimming next to the shark and they reach out to touch it and then they just get fucking attacked. It's like he didn't look very afraid of you, friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the influence for Jaws, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah. You want to get into Jaws a little bit? You want to talk about it? It's one of your favorite movies.
It really is. I mean,
I don't want to spoil anything. No spoiler alerts, but
oh, spoiler alert! Yeah, fucking Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's because it didn't take place in New Jersey. That was Amity Island, which was meant to be, I think, Martha's Vineyard. But that's one great white shark just kind of waddles on into the waters and just eats people and dog, which they should have let the dog live.
Yeah, could have left that out.
Yeah, just the opening makes me laugh because there's just a blonde girl trying to go swimming in the middle of the night, with some guy she just met at a campfire, and he passes out drunk before he gets in the water, and she's just like, something in the water, and then she's gone. But I don't know why that always makes me laugh, and it just cuts back to him just passed out on the beach. But yeah, Jaws is one of my favorite movies. I love sharks. I love the ocean, shit like that. It's not going to deter me from going in the water, but
No.
no, not at all.
You go down to Point Pleasant to the aquarium there. They have some good sharks in there.
No, the last aquarium I went to, honestly, and people are going to say this does not count, but the one in Disney, because you go on the Finding Nemo ride, and then when you exit the ride, you exit through a massive aquarium, and there's like fish and sharks and manatees, which I love to watch, and just hang out in there because there's air conditioning.
Yeah, there you go.
But
In one place you can get away from the heat down there in Disney.
oh, it's fucking great, dude.
If you want to know more about what we're talking about, we have a whole Disney episode from when this guy came back from Disney and basically realized he got brainwashed there into buying useless things that he didn't need, and the heat kind of contributed to that. But yeah,
I haven't used any of those things since I've been home. I'll say that.
exactly, because there's no need for them. You were brainwashed into getting them, and then now you realize, oh, I fucked up.
Well, it's all part of the experience.
It's part of the experience. So yeah, you have the Point Pleasant Aquarium. It was at Jenkinson's. They have a nice setup with there with sharks in there, big fish. One of the fish you can see floating around. I don't know, I haven't been there in a while though. Probably 7 years or so. But there was one fish floating around there with a big chunk taken out of the top of it. I guess he pissed off one of the sharks. And they also have some penguins. They have a bunch of penguins in there too. So that's a pretty cool place. But Camden Aquarium, I've been there once or twice. That's a big one. I don't know if you've been there.
No, I don't. I don't like to go to Camden.
Well, no one likes to go to Camden. But the waterfront where the aquarium is all right. You know what I mean? Just don't wander from there.
Don't leave the parking lot. Got it.
Don't leave the parking lot. So don't leave the confines of the aquarium. And when you do, leave during the day. Don't wait till it's freaking dark to leave, and just get the hell out of there. Yeah, it's not the best of areas, but the aquarium is nice.
I've mentioned this. I went to SeaWorld when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My family lost me in SeaWorld. Because I was standing there looking at the manatees because they're fun to watch, and then I look up and everyone's just kind of gone, and I'm like, well, I guess I live here now. And then like an hour goes by and my father comes back. He's like, oh, there you are. I'm like, all right, you weren't panicked enough, but okay.
There he is. Yeah, he didn't think you went anywhere.
Yeah, I wasn't kidnapped or anything. It's fine.
Yeah, you weren't molestable, so. Or your mother.
You know what?
So,
It was very molestable. Anyway. But yeah, there's some theories on sharks, some conspiracy theories I want to get into.
yeah, I got my little German conspiracy theory for funneling sharks, but yeah, I want to hear these other ones. What else you got?
Population control.
Okay.
Government uses them for population control. Because
Really?
because sharks prey on varieties of marine animals, and doing this helps control populations and the species, preventing overpopulation.
I thought you meant human population control. I was like, no, they're not doing that good of a job.
No, they're not. Although shark attacks are increasing, I will say that.
Oh, good. They're getting pissed off at us.
Yeah, it's fine. Let me see. I feel
Shark
like shark. Yeah, I feel like most beach communities. This is my theory. Most beach communities have been around for centuries, so they've built their towns on small businesses.
Yes.
And I feel like if the government were to push or, control sharks into attacking these communities, it would drive people away from the beach and away from these communities. And where do you go when you're away from small business? You go to big businesses and you spend money there.
Oh, you go to the big guy.
Yeah.
Support your local business.
Yeah, unless there's sharks, then you go to Walmart.
Yeah, but they're not going to come on land into the building.
Yeah, but you're away from the beach. You leave the coastal town because if
Okay,
there's
you're
a shark
scared. You don't
attack,
want to go.
you have nowhere to benefit.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, population control. But what theories do you have? I'll go into mine later. Go on.
Okay, so, well, like I was saying, I kind of got into it with the way that Germany was doing it to the U.S. But if you fast forward, another example of this would be in 2010 when Egypt had those big shark attacks. They had 5 shark attacks that killed 1 tourist in this one area, and this is around the time that tensions between Egypt and Israel were pretty high, pretty tense at this time, and Egypt, even like local governors, like the South Sinai governor, said it wasn't out of the question, and they believed Mossad, like their CIA, Israel's CIA, was using GPS tagged sharks, and they could track them, and then somehow manipulate which way they're going using these tags. Which I don't think it was because GPS is just tracking. There must have been more to it, maybe some kind of apparatus attached to it that gave off sonar signals, and maybe you could guide by sending a sound waves this way. Oh, it must be a fish that way, and trying to guide them. So they believed that Mossad themselves were controlling fish or sharks to attack these tourist centers because on the coast, because Egypt's, their big economic gain is tourism, right? You want to go see the pyramids, all that ancient Egyptian civilization stuff, and then obviously on the Mediterranean, it's very nice beachfront stuff. So if you can drive tourists away from that to try to cripple Egypt's economy that way, it's a big step for Israel. It helps them out greatly. Now you don't have to worry about them having the money to fund military equipment and stuff like that. With Israel being like probably the best military in the area, they don't want anything even coming close to them. So I could see them using the same thing, just the same way that Germany was trying to do with the U.S. They took a page from Germany because Germany always seems to do this stuff first, right? When it comes to military stuff, up until after, I guess, Hitler, they were always trying to be like on the cutting edge of new ways of crippling their enemy. So Israel was trying to take a page out of that and kind of cripple Egypt's economy. And maybe they could do it with Iran too, but Iran, I don't know if they have the tourist stuff down there on the Black Sea that comes up there. So probably won't affect them as much. Can't use sharks on Iran as much, but for Egypt being on the Mediterranean, it's probably a big blow to their tourist industry to have fears of sharks in the water and not going to their resorts on the waterfront.
Can I mention something else about Germany for a second?
You can go and talk about anything you want.
Well, what I had for lunch today. Now, I saw a documentary on the History Channel like years ago, and they talked about how the Germans tried to develop super soldiers out of gorillas.
Okay.
And it cut to like a cartoon rendering of just German soldier gorillas marching down the street, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But also at the same time, if they were able to actually do that, everyone would just shit their pants.
That'd be true. So you're telling me like gene splicing giving humans like gorilla strength?
No, it was legit just like mind controlling gorillas into
gorillas themselves.
putting on SS uniforms.
Yeah, so it isn't a far stretch either because I want for the shark thing because apparently Germany has tried to manipulate and control animals, especially high up on the predatory list for military gain. It's documented for a lot of things. Yes, the gorillas, freaking sharks, uh, larger dogs, even large cats like tigers and stuff. So yeah, it's not. It doesn't. It's not nowhere near outside the realm of possibility for Germany to try to use sharks as a weapon. You know what I mean? Anything you can get your freaking hands on, you can use as a weapon.
Oh, that's some terrifying shit, though. Like, just
Yeah.
to have a remote controlled shark, imagine that. That you just control from, like, you could sit on a boat and just control them like a fucking RC car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like I believe like the CIA probably might have some way to manipulate sharks, load them up with a camera, microphones, sonar detection, give them GPS trackers, and let them go out and find. They can do mine sweeping. Right, you're sending the shark. You don't have to worry about a vessel. It's not a military vessel. So on the flip side, this is going undetected by enemy submarines and stuff. You see a shark, I mean, you're gonna kill every shark you see now. You know what I mean? So now they go on but undetected for espionage, stealth missions, trying to find information about, like I said, minefields, if they have underlying cables for communications, stuff like that. So sharks, I mean, would be an awesome use of that. I could also see maybe dolphins. Dolphins are probably a little bit easier to train too, but they're not as menacing, right?
Dolphins are fucking terrifying, dude.
Oh, you think they're more terrifying?
Not to me, because I could kill anything, but just to the average person. Well, you
Yeah,
know
it's
what
true.
dolphins do, right? You've heard what they do.
What do they do? Let everyone know.
They they sexually assault people, Joe. You laugh. This is a true thing that they do.
Yeah, yes. So they sexually assault. Okay,
Just everyone.
everyone.
Just a lone
Ev-
swimmer. Oh, you're in the wrong neighborhood, pal. You're swimming.
Could you
You're
end up dying from
swimming.
that?
Yeah, of course you could. You're swimming. Your swim trunks. You're dressed a little too sexy in the water. Oh,
And here
I
comes the dolphin.
yeah. Here comes the dolphins. Oh, I get to swim with dolphins for free. Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing?
And
I
I guess they could easily drown you, right?
yeah. Oh yeah. They pull you down under the water, like deeper. To
And they can hold their breath a lot longer than you can, huh?
well, yeah, they're big fish, but I I
Are
actually
they
have a
fish?
friend. They're man. I don't care. They swim. I have a friend whose favorite animal is a dolphin, and she actually has a dolphin tattoo. And this was years ago, but she had no idea about this. And I was like, "Oh, you really like dolphins, huh?" She's like, "Yeah, they're my favorite." I'm like, you know they rape people, right?" And she's like, "What?" And I told her everything, and she's like, "That's not true." And I'm like, "Google it." And she Googled it, and she saw the the death rate of that, and she's
The
like, "Oh,
atrocities.
yeah, the fucking
Do
war
more
crimes."
do more people die from dolphin attacks than shark attacks?
I think so, actually.
Let me
Probably.
get a screen up real fast on that while we're talking about this.
Dolphins are atrocious. That's why you have to swim with them in a tank. Like if you go swimming with the dolphins, because if you do it in the ocean, no one can save you if it just drags you away.
It's true. Uh, let's see. Ah, Nah, sharks kill more people annually.
I'd rather get killed by the shark though.
I, I, I suppose you can.
I would much rather that because it sounds cooler. Like,
Because it
oh,
says here, usually you get attacked by dolphins in the wild, but usually non-fatal. I mean, like this person, Valerie Ryan, 2019, was attacked by a bottlenose dolphin, and they don't have biting force. Like the sharks can bite down at like 4,000 pounds per square inch when they bite, and they have obviously razor sharp teeth. So you get severely severed, you lose limbs, you bleed out. The dolphins just jam their fucking nose into you. So this attack in 2019, uh, Valerie, she had spinal fractures and broken ribs. So she lived, but at what cost? I mean, she got fucked up. So deaths, sharks kill about 5 to 10 people a year. Dolphins kill about 1 to 2 per year. But attacks, they get provoked because apparently dolphins are more territorial. And sometimes they just want to play. Like it says play, quote unquote play. I guess that's the sexual assault.
I don't want to play with a dolphin.
they just slam into you with their snout, and you just get fucked up. But you don't die. You're a vegetable.
See, I don't
Or you're
want
paralyzed.
I don't want to go near a dolphin.
No.
After hearing like the horror stories, I want nothing to do with it. But anyway, yeah, I'd rather get killed by a shark because it sounds a lot cooler than being fucked to death by a dolphin.
Yes. Yeah. And everyone's all dolphins are so cute. They're nice. They're smart. Blah blah blah. So then when you die from it, you're just like, what a puss. They don't really realize that, yeah, they're pretty dangerous too. When you get killed by a shark, you're like, yeah, that guy went out. He got killed by a shark.
Fucking metal.
Yeah. Metal.
Punk rock as shit, dude got killed by a great white. Oh.
I just so you like sharks way just as a living creature, as an animal, you like sharks better. You don't like dolphins.
Dolphins, they're fine. They're annoying, but they're fine.
And you're a big great white fan, huh?
I am. That and the hammerhead's pretty sweet.
I just always wondered, like, why is the hammerhead shark shaped that way?
To hammer things. Weren't you listening?
Like, their eyes, like if you hit them in the eyes, it sucks. Their mouth, they don't have that same biting force because it's underneath, like in a weird spot.
Yeah, they do look kind of derpy, come to think of it.
Aren't their eyes very sensitive to, like, dolphins can just fuck them up by slamming into their little hammer? The way they have their head sticking out.
The dolphin fucked up his little hammer. No, no, all sharks' eyes are sensitive. They say that if you get attacked by one, go for the eyes.
Put your thumb in its eye.
Yeah, someone said boop it on the nose and it'll swim away, but that sounds like a shark made that up.
Yeah, I've heard that a ton of times. You have to hit it in the snout, right? I've heard people say that, punch it in the snout. But yeah, like, probably a shark made it up, so when you go to punch it in the snout, it just bites your arm off.
It just bites it clean off. Like, oh, you silly goose, you actually believe that. Shark propaganda.
The shark's propaganda. Yeah. Right? It probably is. They're probably trying to brainwash you into freaking killing yourself.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, you're basically surrendering to the shark by doing that.
Yeah. Sharks are getting smarter. And I'll talk more about that when I talk about my second favorite shark movie in a little bit. Because that one's a doozy, and I watch that anytime it comes on TV. But no, they also genetic modifications. They test a lot on sharks because they have remarkably low incidence of cancer compared to humans and other
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're very big on testing them for cancer because they're trying to see how they can, like, use their genes to combat cancer cells, which is very interesting. And there's also like a very slow mutation rate, which also contributes to their their slow evolutionary pace, like they've looked like a shark for millions of years.
Yeah, it's almost like cats. Regular cats, they're the same way. They don't evolve. Like they've been like this for millions of years, and they're what are they? So I mean, scientists literally say they're like nature's perfect predator. They don't need to adapt, like evolve. They can adapt without evolving to any situation. The way they can drink water, they can drink salt water and hydrate themselves. So I guess the cat and the shark are like the two non. They're like the perfect sea creature and the perfect land creature, I guess.
Yeah,
Except
sharks.
for
Well,
I was gonna say, except for sharks can't stop swimming because they're dumb.
they also can't swim backwards. Yeah, what is that? I've heard that all my life. If they stop swimming, they die or something like that.
So what so if they stop swimming, the water going through their gills isn't enough to. There wasn't enough going through their gills to pull enough oxygen to keep their body with a sufficient oxygen supply. So they go into like these states of like I don't know what you would even call it. They can like sleep but swim forward to keep themselves from fucking dying from that.
Hmm.
Yeah. I always thought it was a myth too, like oh a shark can't stop, but apparently it is. No, they need to move. They need to have that water rushing over through there.
Yeah, it's random fun facts like that. Like they can't stop swimming or swim backwards, or it's just like cows can't go downstairs. Stupid shit like that. But which is another thing I learned recently. But anyway. But yeah, all of these things could be super beneficial to humans. Like the cancer thing, they're very quick healers. Like they have blood clotting genes that like speed it up.
Okay. Oh, and another reason they got to keep swimming is they're more dense than water. So if they stop swimming, they sink. So they have to continue to move through the water because they don't have swim bladders like other fish.
Mm.
They just rely on their livers are oil filled, and they rely on that for some flotation. But they need to continue to move through the water to stay from afloat. If they slow down, they'll just fucking sink to the bottom.
Ah, so it's just a non-stop killing machine.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, that seems like a little bit of something that needs to be worked out in evolutionary stuff, though.
Let it take a nap at least, or slow
thing.
down, swim backwards. What if he gets stuck and he needs to go backwards, but he can't? He just dies there?
I guess if he gets caught in something like that, they just I guess they're done.
Damn. That sucks. So another theory.
Yeah, I mean, and this I don't know if we want to continue on this same thing, but I mean, what I was talking about before, it's called tonic immobility. It's yo-yo diving. They flip upside down and enter like a trance-like state for brief periods to conserve energy, and yo-yo up and down to keep the water running over, but also rest. But they don't really need full sleep like we do, obviously, because their brain isn't as advanced as our brain. So they don't need that sleep cycle stuff. But to conserve energy and rest, they do this yo-yo dive.
Weird.
Yeah.
Huh. I did not know that. So another theory is that shark attacks are a big hoax, and it's staged by local government.
So there's no shark attacks.
Well, there are, but most of them are staged. So,
Okay.
if you've seen Jaws, I'll use that as an example. The mayor is the most annoying human being ever. he wears his weird suits with like anchors on them, and he's very like pro 4th of July. He's like, "Oh, this is a summer town, and we need summer dollars." Like, all right, shut up.
Well, I'm pro 4th of July.
Well, so am I, but he was a little weird about it. He didn't care if people were dying.
Oh, okay.
So think of it this way: it's an election year. Someone, wants to stay the mayor, doesn't want to get voted out, so fake a couple shark attacks and swoop in and handle the situation your way. Come out looking like a fucking hero.
Okay.
And people are going to look at you and be like, wow, this guy really knows what he's doing. He's keeping us safe. There's a lot of shark attacks happening nearby, and that other guy running doesn't know what to do. He's shitting in his trousers with this guy. He's like, this guy went out in a boat on his own, and
he saved them.
he saved everybody. Like, oh, I'm voting for him.
Yeah, and so is he also staging the other shark attacks in the other places where the rival mayor is shitting his pants?
Yeah.
So
he's
does them
staging all of them.
Okay, and then he wants to stay in power.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to attack at least one person. But he doesn't have to kill him, but you can attack one
Just
person.
mangle him.
Yeah. Fake shark in the water. I don't know.
Well, I feel like if there's no deaths ever, then the fear level goes down. I think that once in a while you gotta pick the one, and then he's got to get offed.
Yeah, all right, you know what? Yeah, he's got to kill at least one or two people, and you could do that by stabbing them with like the big jaw of the shark. You ever see the jawbone with all the teeth?
Yeah, yeah.
You stab them with that and just go, oh, they just happen to be supporters of the other guy running for mayor. That's fun. And we found them, and it was shark.
But we saved the other guy. This guy would have died. He died, but this guy lived. And we know why? Because I know what I'm doing. I know how to protect you people from sharks. I can do a better job of protecting you from sharks than my opponent can do. If my opponent runs, not only one person's going to die, 5 people are going to die during an attack.
Yeah.
So you vote for me because I can save you from the sharks.
Yeah, I could save you from the sharks, and then, if another string of shark attacks happens next election year, well, we'll just cross that bridge when it comes to it, and we won't think anything of it, coincidentally.
So there's no shark attacks during the non-election years.
No, safe as can be. I've never felt safer under Mayor what the fuck.
Yeah.
He's my mayor. I'm going to vote for him again and again. Oh, there's another string of shark attacks. What's our mayor going to do? He's going to save us. That's what he's going to do. I'm going to vote for him again.
I feel like even though you're I think this is possible, to be honest, and I think they use it. I think people in government use this, and not just shark attacks. Anything. They use this same type of nonsense. They scare you into thinking that you're going to be protected by them to vote for them. I think it happens way more often than we think.
Yeah, I think it'd be harder to do with a shark attack, but if they could pull it off, it's fucking impressive.
Yeah. If you create the thing that scares everyone and know how to control it and pretend like you're saving them from them, you can get a lot of votes on that.
Yeah, I'm going to sound very nerdy right now, but it's kind of like Mysterio in Spider-Man. He uses his drones to create a fake threat that he vanquishes. Everyone's like, oh, he's a hero. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they use sharks for this.
Yeah.
Beach towns use sharks for this. For mayor, the mayors do that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised our governor hasn't fucking tried to pull some shit with sharks like that.
He's a fucking idiot. That's why. Anyway.
He's not smart enough to do that?
No, he's dumb. He's dumb and he's boring.
No, he just fucking... What did he say last year when... Oh, I accidentally spent $2 billion more than we brought in. Sorry. Whoops.
How do you accidentally...
You don't remember him on TV last year doing that?
No.
He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I spent like $2 billion more than we brought in. I didn't realize how much money we were spending. Sorry. We're sorry.
Oh, sorry.
This is basically like fucking yeah, same shit.
Oh my god. But
That's why I'm glad he can't come back in November.
oh, thank Christ. But I do want to, since we were talking about like genetic
Yeah,
modifications and all that, I do want to talk about my second favorite shark movie if I can.
100%. We
Have
have
you
all
ever,
the time in the world.
yeah. Have you ever seen Deep Blue Sea?
I don't know if I have.
Oh boy, are you in for a fucking treat? Okay.
I've seen Adrift and Adrift 2.
Yeah, it's also good. Oh no, I'm thinking of Backdraft. That's a firefighter movie. Anyway,
No, Adrift is when they're out on like this sailing yacht, like a sailboat yacht, and they all get off the boat to go swimming in the middle of the ocean. But oh no, we didn't put the ladder down, and we're adrift, and there could be sharks in the water. And oh no, the baby's still on the boat screaming. We can't get out of the boat, and then we all die. We can't get onto the boat, and then we die.
did the baby survive?
I think one woman managed. I don't remember now.
I mean, I feel
I
like
don't.
if all the adults in that situation died and then the baby got rescued, it would be the best case scenario because then the baby's erasing the stupid from its life.
That's the whole movie. It's like an hour and a half of them just floating next to a boat with this kid screaming and them trying to climb back up onto the boat and failing and then dying.
That's the most annoying premise for a movie I've ever heard.
And they made a second one.
Oh, how do you? Oh my gosh! Oh no, we did it again! Ha ha ha!
Well, no, maybe the baby survived, and then when he was older, he did the same thing. And
Jesus
that's the
Christ!
sequel. I don't know. I don't remember the sequel. I was on like a binge of watching like really, really bad horror movies. So there was them. There was Frozen. Not what you're thinking, the Disney thing, but Frozen, where they were all stuck on the
Oh, the
on
ski
a ski
lift.
lift. Yes.
That was great.
And then when the wolves were attacking, it looked like it was so low quality that it looked like two little hot dogs getting smacked around. It was supposed to be their legs. And then whatever killer toilet thing that you showed me,
Oh, Death Toilet.
death toilet.
Death Toilet rules. Fuck you. That's a great movie. Death Toilet, and then if we're sticking with sharks, Sharks of the Corn. It's a shark in a cornfield. Dude, if you want to
What?
watch like bizarre movies, go on Tubi. It's free, and you could see like the most bizarre shit.
Yeah, shout out to Tubi
And shout out to
for the for the free fucking horror movies that are just
oh my god,
unbearably bad,
fucking Llamageddon. Anyway,
but we'll get you laughing.
we'll get the oh, absolutely. By the way, Death Toilet has I think there's 5 of them now. So
Yeah, and it's literally like 50 minutes long of him just screaming while the toilet uses a knife to chop his balls off,
yeah,
and they float in the toilet, and it looks like two eyeballs for some reason because of how low quality it is. So they just use like two bouncy balls that look like that are painted like eyeballs and drop them in the toilet.
mind you, the main character he fought in Vietnam, but he's our age and he has a cell phone and a 2007 Honda Civic. But he fought in Vietnam. And he constantly reminds you of that because he's dressed in like an army uniform for no reason, even though he's home.
Yeah,
And he has a toy grenade, like a gray one from like the packaging at a toy store. Anyway, great movie. Check it out. Deep Blue Sea.
yes. Now we
So,
can hear about this.
oh, this movie's one of my favorites. So, it starts off, kids on a boat in the ocean late at night partying as they do. But there's a rustling underneath the boat.
Oh,
What was that? What could that be?
Zombievers?
Zombievers? No,
No. Okay.
not in the ocean. Don't be ridiculous. No. Shark comes and starts eating their boat. And they're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to get out of this situation? don't panic, everyone, because none other than Thomas Jane shows up and fucking knocks out the shark with a trank dart because he's a shark wrangler. And then it cuts to the next day, and he's at a facility that's partially above the ocean, but then it goes deep underwater, so they could do like underwater testing and shit. And they get into his backstory where he's an ex-convict, and what do you do when you're an ex-con and you can't find a job? They let you be a shark wrangler for a multi-billion-dollar facility, no questions asked. So he's just in there swimming with the sharks, trying to get a license plate out of one of their mouths. And helicopter shows up, and who should appear but Samuel L. Jackson? And he's in a weird little sweater, and he's just waddling along, and he's like, someone's got to save him. There's a shark in there with him, because he doesn't know what's going on. And then Thomas Jane manages to wrangle the shark, get the license plate, and just jump out of the water like it's nothing. And he's like, I do this for a living because I'm a shark wrangler. He's like, okay. And then that's the end of that scene. And then they have a birthday party for some reason, and half the staff goes home for the weekend, so there's only like 8 people in this whole facility, which is stupid. One of those people being Chef LL Cool J, who he's cooking with his best friend, who's a parrot that makes fun of him relentlessly. Why he let it stick around is beyond me, but the parrot is an asshole. But late at night, they are testing on a shark. They're trying to see if their genes could slow down, I believe it was Alzheimer's, something like that. And when the guy, they extract what they need to out of the shark, and the guy's standing there all, happy because they did good. And then the shark turns and bites his arm clean the fuck off.
Oh.
And they try to rush him up, to the surface level to get to the helicopter to take him to safety. But a storm happened, and there's waves rushing everywhere, and they attach the gurney to the helicopter, but the wind is fucking up, so they're like, whatever. They take off. Everyone else goes back down to where they were in the lab, and a shark jumps up and grabs the gurney as it's being lifted into the helicopter and drags them underwater. And they're all down in the lab, and they're like, oh, what's that? It's a shark swimming fast at the glass and lets go and throws him at the glass. And he's just on the glass. And they're like, oh, he's still alive. Look at him move. And there's cracking and water coming in. And they're like, well, we need to leave. So they leave him, and they leave the room because it floods with water, and the facility starts to flood. And, oh, no, we can't call for help because it's 1999 and we have no cell service. But then you learn that, sorry I'm babbling, but
no, keep running the movie.
This movie's fucking great. Then they found out, they're like, that shark knew what it was doing. Clearly. Like, obviously it knew what it was doing. And then you find out that they were genetically modifying these sharks to make them more intelligent, to see how smart they can make them. And now you have 3 sharks that are smarter than these fucking people, basically flooding the facility on purpose to lure them out. So the rest of the movie is them trying to make it to the surface to safety. And then there's a whole scene where they think they're going to die and they're all panicking. And Samuel L. Jackson tells a very heartwarming story and uplifting, trying to get confidence back in everyone. He's like, I was in an avalanche, and you think water moves fast, you should see ice. And they're like, wow, this guy's been through some shit. And meanwhile, he's standing next to a submarine pool where they lower the sub into the ocean. And he's like, and we're not gonna panic anymore. We're gonna get these doors open. And right as he says that, the shark jumps out and eats him. Bites him clean in half and just drags him into the fucking water. And they're like, well, he's gone. And then the rest of the movie is them just getting to the surface level, and then everything is flooding. And they wait for the shark to fucking come in close, because the only ones left, mind you, Thomas Jane, LL Cool J. Oh, forgot this. LL Cool J's in the kitchen with his bird, and that floods. So the shark attacks him and eats the bird. I know. And then LL Cool J gets in an oven, and then the shark attacks him and then backs up because he's smart and can actually go backwards. So LL Cool J gets out, and there's like, I don't know if it was oil or something on the shark, but he takes out his Zippo lighter and lights it up. He's like, you ate my bird. And he throws the lighter and blows up the shark. Fucking awesome. But
so how'd the shark back up?
it's smart. It was able to do that now. I think they actually mentioned that in the movie. They're like, he can move backwards because he's super smart.
No, even though he can't get... All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Continue.
You know.
He can't breathe that way, but okay.
Yeah.
Quote unquote breathe.
They're super, super fucking smart. Then they kill the final one with a spear gun because they were like, how tall are these fences? And they're like, why? It's like, oh, the sharks will get in when this sinks more. And they're like, no, they can't get in there. And they realize they put the wrong fencing up and the shark gets in. And they have to attack it with a spear gun and kill it. And then they leave. Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Great fucking movie. Sorry, I just rambled for 10 minutes, but that's a great movie.
No, we needed to hear this movie. You said it was great. Maybe we'll actually watch it.
Everyone should watch Deep Blue Sea.
And where can we see this movie?
Let me see where it's streaming. I actually don't know. I'm going to watch it tonight, probably.
Oh, no.
We don't know. It's Shark Week.
It's Shark Week. You got to watch it. You're supposed to be watching Discovery Channel, but you can watch that movie, I guess.
Nah, you don't got to watch Discovery Channel. You could rent it on like Prime and YouTube and all that.
So, you have to pay for this, is what you're saying?
Yeah, or just
separate on top of it. Oh. That's rough. I'll have to figure it out. So, is it better than Jaws? Do you like this movie better than Jaws?
No. Jaws is phenomenal. Especially because they made a whole documentary on how the shark fucking didn't work. Like how the animatronic was awful.
Do you like this movie better than the Devil's Pass movie?
Yes. That movie infuriated me.
How could you say that? It was a plot twist at the end. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for fucking Love Pass. No, I watched that movie. I said this in the episode for that too. I watched that movie while dealing with customers.
Yeah.
Like I was more focused on that than dealing with people. But the movie didn't make sense to me. I don't know.
It was just too sophisticated. It was too highbrow.
It must have been. That must have absolutely been the case.
Yeah, and we did a whole episode on Love Pass with the hikers that died in that in I guess it was Siberia, right? So it might have been somewhere in Russia. Like one of the hardest levels or places. What is it? Level 3 hiking. I don't know what the fuck. We did the whole episode on that. If you want to go back and listen to it, it's actually our most popular episode on here. So if anyone who's new to the channel or listening, you want to listen to that, we talk about this, we had our own plot twist, right, on what actually happened to them, right? We kind of figured it out as we went. We solved that case.
Yeah, we did.
Because we also like to solve unsolved mysteries, and we do it better than anyone. So you can give them a listen too. We do a couple of them. But yeah, it was the movie was kind of weird, but it was all right, I guess.
It's a found footage movie, which can be done really well, but this was
like the Blair
not.
Witch.
Yeah, Blair Witch was
Probably
Phenomenal
the story.
movie.
That was like probably like the beginnings of people making found footage movies, huh?
Yeah.
That was like the big one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they marketed it really well by
Yes.
saying like, "Oh, we just found this movie. If you want to watch it."
Yep. We found this camera in the woods, Burkittsville, Maryland. So the question everyone wants to know tonight, I think, because it's Shark Week and you know the megalodon, right?
Yeah,
The just giant ass shark, isn't it?
still alive in the Mariana Trench.
So this thing, these are prehistoric, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dinosaur era sharks, much larger than any shark we know, right?
Yes.
So this thing, one of them might still be alive, or a pack of them might still be alive, or whatever. You being the cryptid killer, as you suggest you are,
What?
as I've come to know you to be. Is that better?
Yes.
Just with besides the Antarctic spiders, the the megalodon. Is this something you could take in a fight?
Yes, and I'll tell you how.
No. Okay.
It's a several day thing.
Oh, this is gonna take. I understand. It's huge. It's a
Yeah.
shark.
Yeah, it's going to take a few days. Day one, I'm going to get its attention by dumping a bunch of, what is it, chum into the water.
Chum.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the chum
Yeah.
bucket.
Yeah, chum bucket. I'll dump gallons of chum and lure it in. And then, when it opens its mouth and swims for it, I'm going to dive directly into it.
Another dive directly. You like to go inside these beasts.
I'm not afraid.
Okay.
So I'm going to dive directly into it, let it swallow me whole. Now you gotta dive very accurately to get past all the teeth.
Yeah. You don't want to get chomped up.
Right.
But
So-
you're good at this stuff. You,
I'm very
you have
good.
the abilities.
Yes. I'm very trained. You get swallowed, and then you clear out space in the stomach with a mini shovel that I have in my backpack that I also have with me.
Okay.
And I set up base camp because this is a several day excursion.
You're not afraid of the stomach acid?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's another several wetsuit scenario. So
Okay. I got it.
it's going to be like a Pinocchio thing where they're inside the whale.
Yeah, and the whale. Okay.
They're just kind of chilling and talking. You set up base camp. That's day one. Day two, you search for the thinnest part of the skin. Now, very stabbable to get to the outside. Less fat in these areas.
Okay.
And you mark them down. That's day two.
It's a whole day of finding them.
It's a 3-day excursion.
Okay.
Day three. This is end game.
Okay.
In my backpack, I have, much like when you win a goldfish at a carnival, I have several piranha in a bag
Oh.
that have been just chilling in my backpack.
Okay.
Now, being in a confined space as they've been, they get a little antsy. So, with a air tank that I also had in my backpack, I gear up, ready to go for a dip, and I throw the piranha at the thinnest part of the inside of the megalodon, and they just start chopping their way out.
Mm.
And they open it up, and then it dies, obviously, because its inside is just out.
Okay.
I let the water, much like when you crash into a lake, you're supposed to let the water rush in, that way you could swim out. I
Yeah.
let the water rush in, and then I just swim out to the surface, and dead megalodon.
And you did it. So it's like rolling the windows down in a car.
Yeah.
Just let the piranha eat its way out, and you flowed your way out. And you didn't have to do any of the. You let the piranha do the dirty work.
Well, I provided the piranha.
Yeah, yeah, you provided the piranha, but then the piranha, so you don't get your hands dirty in this one.
Well,
You just finish it
I'm
off.
inside a fish. I'm getting pretty dirty. I've been in this fucking thing for 3 days now, so
Well, what are you eating and drinking during this period?
whatever it ate or drink.
Okay.
I'm having sushi for like 3 days.
It's
And
true. Then
then
you
I'm
can have your shark. You don't have to pay for it.
yeah, that's true. I could take a big chunk before the piranha have the rest of it.
Okay.
You know, I'm realizing as I'm saying this is one of the dumbest things I've ever said, but I fully
You still,
stand by it.
you still killed it.
Yeah, it's
The
dead.
Mongolian death worm one was probably like when you dove into the the
That
lube.
was solid. What do you
That
mean?
was I know some. I didn't say anything bad about it. That was probably your best one.
Yeah.
Uh, now, so you don't think you could probably overcome it with a vat of Ovaltine, right? This thing is too big.
If I were now that you mention it, all I would have to do is mix it with the chum, and then when it eats it all of the vitamins in it would kill it, and I wouldn't have to enter it at all. Damn it, that would have made more sense, wouldn't it? No, my way's more fun. I'm doing that. I already have the piranha, so
So we're saying like Ovaltine is like, so these cryptids can't stand high doses of vitamins and minerals.
they hate it.
They hate it.
It's like you ever seen signs where they hit it with the water and it
Yeah.
starts to get burned? That's what happens when cryptids drink Ovaltine.
Oh, I got it. And that's why we enjoy Ovaltine ourselves. It makes us almost as good of a cryptid killer as Josh.
Yeah. Kids, if you want to kill cryptids like Uncle Josh, drink your Ovaltine, and one day you too could kill creatures that have no business being here.
It's chock full of vitamins and minerals, so it makes you grow up big and strong.
Yeah. It tastes
So
so
anyway.
damn good.
Shark Week. It's basically, you guys will be hearing this Friday morning, most of you guys. Shark Week's coming to an end, right? So we had to celebrate somehow. We had to talk about sharks. I think my German theory for why those shark attacks happened in 1916 in New Jersey is pretty solid. I think I did a pretty solid job.
Yeah. Oddly enough, yours is the most like, ridiculous. I don't know.
Why?
Well, yours makes sense. I'm just kind of babbling today. I'm very sleepy, folks. But yeah.
No, you had theories behind there. I just came with the Germans using them and then brought, evidence of why I believe by studying these two things. And I never really, knew about their that sac fill or those little sacs down their sides. That's how they, use it like sonar, I guess you could say. Until I was studying them on how they detect vibrations. So, yeah, and also gave me a little bit of studying I could do, But yeah, I think that the Germans did it, and sharks are great. I love sharks too. As I was saying, they're just fucking awesome, death machines, right? Just fucking.
It's fucking eat, kill, and shit.
Yeah, so the lateral line, that's what it is. That runs down their sides. I never really understood how that worked until I saw it now. They have little fluid sacs in there. When the vibrations to the water hit it, the fluid moves around. The little hairs inside the sac, like hair-like follicle. It's not really hair. It's like little hair-like cells. Feel the fluid moving around, and that's how the shark. It's like a sixth sense for the shark, and then the shark and hey, something's going on over here. I'm gonna go check it out. Is it a fish splashing in distress, injured, and it can just get a quick free meal? And then that's how those U-boats with their diesels kind of stirred them up. So, yeah, if you like my German theory here, you can let us know in the comments. If this is the first time listening, I would ask you please to give us a follow on here. you can go over to X or Instagram, give us a follow on there. We're on YouTube also, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. You can rate us. The rating us helps us too with the algorithm, gets us seen more. And we're just trying to, come out here, make give smiles, right? Make people laugh during their commute to work.
Yeah.
And and it's something we enjoy doing. So we're just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, we'll see where we're gonna go next time. I still have to figure that out, but yeah, we just wanted to do a little something for Shark Week, so
Obviously, Shark, yeah, because Shark Week is the best. And like I said before, Steve Hammers also did mention this. He sent us the 1916 shark attacks, and wanted to know if we knew about him. So he kind of, I think it was like a month or two ago. So we waited for Shark Week to kind of give him a little information on it. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get out next week. Hopefully, we keep talking about it, but we're definitely gonna have Friday morning commutes with us. But then we're gonna try to get. I really want to get like a Monday morning and a Friday morning commute, but with the timing, and then we were on the Grumbling Grunts. It's just hard we have two different schedules, but we're gonna try to work on it, guys. So we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do next week. We'll post it on X and let you guys know in advance, and then we'll see you then.
bye everyone.